What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyd and I am back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Isis from the DoD clan. His name is Joe. In the other side of the map in the red color, playing as Thor. His name is Shelty. He's also from the DoD clan. The map is Midgard. This is the finals of the RTS Sanctuary Christmas Tournament. Best of 7 match. It's currently 1-0 for Joe. He played super good in that first game and forcing some god changes. Shelty picking Thor, potentially also picking Midgard. I'm not sure exactly how the map situation was decided. And Joe going his standard Isis on this map. Loves that god. And it looks like the fish spawn's pretty even. There's pretty much fish everywhere. So you just have to scout that out and do the best you can with it. Midgard's one of those maps that I absolutely love because it really promotes solid RTS play. You need to be able to know what your opponent's doing through scouting. You need to be able to tread the line between playing water, playing land. You can't just do one thing and expect it to work. And you need to be able to work out how best to abuse the map with the gold mine placement or town center placement. So we're going to see who manages to do that. Joe oftentimes likes to go fast heroic on this map and go for ancestors, eclipse, timing push, and just not even bother with anything. We are seeing some unfortunate scouting here from Joe. He's gonna just miss that fishing spot right there, which is super unfortunate. And he's going to be moving up here and seeing one up here. The good thing about Egyptian though is you can actually build 2 docks straight away. Send this villager up here, build the dock, and you're going to be totally fine. It's a little bit inefficient in terms of you could have that villager chopping wood and then rebuild it later. Get that second dock a little bit later. But you can just simply go 4 villagers food, 4 villagers wood, 4 villagers gold, or maybe like 5 or 6 villagers wood in that instead of 4. And you can have a very, very strong fishing economy. If we jump over to Shelty's perspective, he has managed to see that first fish right in his line of sight straight away. And he's also got close second fish over here, which is very, very good. I really like Thor on this map. It's one of Thor's stronger maps because Thor can boom crazy good. As you can see, he can put villagers straight onto wood and gold. He doesn't have to get any food, which means you can spam fishing ships for days. He's got 6 villagers on wood and he's basically just building dwarves at this point. He's getting a second dock already at the 2-minute mark, something that Norse generally could not be able to do. Or like maybe Greek can't really do it or can do it, but it's just super fast and you can spam fishing ships very, very well. Unfortunately, there's really not that much fish up here. I feel like the map has been changed. The old iteration of Midgard, all the fish used to be in corners, right? Here, 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 here. But instead, I think now fish is more likely to spawn on the sides of the maps, here and here, essentially. So maybe not. I'm not 100% sure. You've got to do some testing when you do this. You've been playing on this balance patch for a while and also played on these games, so you can't just rely on your old knowledge. Run some iterations of the game and work out where everything is generally spawning. That way you can scout with more knowledge of what's going on. But looks like everyone's sort of sorted their stuff out at this point. If we jump over to Joe's perspective, he is doing fairly well. He's got those 4 villagers on wood and 4 villagers on gold. He's potentially going for that 5th villager on gold. If you do this, it's really signaling a huge dock spam, like maybe 6 docks. Pretty crazy. And it's very difficult to beat it without land army. So Shelty might have to do some sort of Ulfsark or Hersa Ulfsark play with longboats, which is something you can do if you do this spam fishing ship build from Shelty. You can afford it. It's one of those things that I like I say, I do like water maps because you can do more than one thing at once. On a land map, you can kind of only support a small amount of army, but on a water map, because you get that accelerated economy from the fish, you can do extra stuff. You can build a naval base, a naval army, and a land army at the same time, and then it really is an interesting thing. We are seeing these dwarves move over here. Maybe a misclick. No, he's just going to move over here onto this so he's close to the ox cart. Not build that second ox cart for too much longer there. We are seeing a little bit of an idle fishing ship. He needs to get back to work somehow. Joe also not quite there. He's grabbing that temple and he's finally putting villagers onto wood. He's got second dock up and it looks like he's going to be building that third dock. A little bit late. He's got 110 gold. Generally, after you chuck the temple down, that 50 gold you want to chuck straight into a second dock and not wait any longer. That way, or sorry, a third dock and not wait any longer. That way you can basically get them down, get your 6 dock down before your opponent can stop you. Shelty, on the other hand, Temple is going down, getting that Ox card out as well. And it looks like all the fish has kind of been secured for Shelty, sitting at 13 fish. This map spawn is a little bit funny because generally you think you can afford 20 fish on Midgard because it's like it's a water map, but I feel like there may be less than 20 each on this map, or maybe there is 20 each, but it's like so spread out you need to build docks everywhere kind of thing. So we'll see what happens there. Kind of looks like both players have gone the same way, which is unfortunate for Joe considering Shelty got there first, and unfortunate for Shelty, he's got a fishing ship here not doing anything. You need to get that guy onto this fish, but it looks like that hasn't happened just yet, and there's fishing moving up onto this location as well. We are seeing Freya is the got a choice for Shelty. Joe going through Bast, he's standard, and he's still getting food villages on basically leaving villages on food, so he's not doing the he's not staying on in the classical age at all. Going to be jumping straight to that heroic age. This is something you need to be scouting. If I'm a Norse player on this map and I'm Shelty, I'm building a second Ulfsark before I advance. 100% against Isis, get that second Ulfsark, move up here and see what's going on. Oh, maybe I'm wrong and I just completely... Yeah, I'm wrong. The villagers move over after the cow's been done there so he can afford pickaxe and hand axe maybe. Is that what he's done? Nope, no economic upgrades just yet either. There's the hand axe and there's the pickaxe. So grabbing both of those, okay. But you need to be able to check out what's going on there. So having all of these villagers on wood means a water fight is inevitable. So you're going to have to build some longboats, or you want to go for your own land aggression. We'll see what he does do there. Shelty is building some houses up at this point, hitting Freya with that Valkyrie so he can move that guy in, though there is a monument going to be up in time to stop that forest fire. This is something that he could have gotten with a second Ulfsark. He could have sent that guy in and got that forest fire off before the monument gets up. Unfortunately, was not fast enough with that. We are seeing the Sphinx is out, going to be sending that guy straight away. If we jump over here, we are seeing what Persing grabbing straight away. You want to grab that one. It does make you get food very, very fast. And we're going to see a bunch of villages get built onto gold as well. We're seeing an armory up as well. So maybe this is a bit of a fakey play from Joe. Build a couple of longboats, or sorry, cabinets, and then a couple of food villages onto food, and then maybe see what you can do. We are seeing this Valkyrie is going to move in. Just get the Pharaoh, right click on the Valkyrie, going to be totally fine. Nice scouting though, going to be seeing how many villages on wood, seeing the laborers as well. If we jump over to Shelty's perspective and see what he's seeing, he is seeing an armory going up as well. So he's going to know essentially what Joe wants to do. Don't want to over adapt too much to the early armory, simply because you saw how many villages were on wood, and that does signify a early heroic age is not coming. Having 11 villages on wood means no early heroic age. So if we jump over to Shelty's perspective, we're going to see, has he adapted? Is he building his own longboats? He is building some longboats, and he is population blocked. Going to be moving those Herso over here to stop the Sphinx from dealing any damage. The Sphinx is faster than the Herso, so he is going to be able to run out with his life. But just chase that guy around. Unlike the Anubites, Herso can chase a Sphinx down completely fine and defend. Though I would probably still just leave them on my resources here. We are seeing these longboats moving. Going to be able to pick off those cabinets. They do have 1 extra damage per shot, and I think they shoot 3 projectiles, so that's essentially 3 extra damage per shot over the cabinet, and they also have a little bit more range. I think, if I check this correctly, they have the same range and the same armor and the same HP, just 1 attack point more. And we are seeing some cabinets moving up to the top map as well. I like this, though there are longboats chasing them down, so a little bit of micro going to happen here. He does have dock fire as well, so he wants to fight this one as best as he can. He's going to be able to do a little bit of damage there, as the cabinet's going to have to retreat, basically go all the way around this way if they want to fight. A little bit of micro here going to be happening. We are seeing a little bit of stuff going on this location as well, though nice micro there from Joe, pulling back Shelty's boat. Shelty not paying attention at all. You cannot do a boat fight like this. You always have to be watching the boat fight and can't look away ever. Looking away is bad. We are seeing those longboats move in back to the dock and attempting to stay alive here, but there's just too much damage coming into the longboats here, and there's way too many cabinets here. So Shelty's going to have to move into this location as well. If we jump over to Joe's perspective, Joe looking like he's going to be hitting that heroic age fairly soon at about the 9-minute mark, because he's got that purse scene super early, got the armory up, and also prosperity. He doesn't have any villagers gathering food apart from his fishing ships, so he is going to be able to advance to that next age. Definitely don't want to be overcommitting to anything at this point if I'm Shelty. He is going to his own heroic age as well, but at what cost is it going to be? Because he's basically going to have to give up the water at this point because there's so many cabinets here. Did Shelty get Persine as well? He did. Both players got the Persine, so they were able to advance to the second age at about the same time. Joe going to be going through Nephthys. He's stopped village production in order to do so. He's garrisoning some of those fishing ships to dump those resources in there, hitting Nephthys. And if we jump over to Shelty's perspective, he is going through Bragi, both at the same point in the game. So both players with a bunch of those Herso. Shelty might want to consider chucking up some barracks, like really starting to think about maybe giving up the water and doing some sort of some sort of Bragi timing push onto the gold mines. Considering Prosperity just got cast, that's something you have to be aware of as a Norse player, as anybody fighting Egyptian. If we jump into Joe's perspective, Prosperity gets cast, that means the gold mine expires about a minute earlier than normal, or even 2 minutes earlier than normal, because it's like it goes. So 9-minute mark, you want to be attacking them. We are seeing a settlement is going to be looking to be attempting to go up here, but there's enough Herso here to be able to defend against it. So that is the aim there. Joe's got so many resources in the bank at this point, so he can build so many of those chariot archers. We are seeing those Sphinx are going to be getting chased down by the Valkyrie and the Herso. Those priests also getting picked off there, which is a nice win for Shelty. And we are seeing barracks going up to Joe now. Joe needs to start thinking about getting those axemen out, and Shelty needs to think about starting to get some of those barracks up. We are seeing a nice little fight here from Joe. He's managing to pick off these longboats at this point, but basically Shelty wants to be going to get one of those something else. We are seeing a little bit of a villager fight here. I'm not sure I like this for Shelty. Just running in here, we are seeing Migdol Stronghold's going to be getting chucked up straight away. All of these Herso are going to be falling to an axeman and some priest and a pharaoh. You need those to defend against the Ancestors Eclipse, and the Sphinx could potentially the Sphinx got picked off. Could be sending a unit over to this gold mine and casting Ancestors Eclipse on it. And also the food villages, the fishing ships of Shelty have been completely nullified by all of these cabinets. Just get a couple of, maybe you could get out a couple of those siege boats in order to defend. He's still auto queuing those, which is not what you want to be doing at all if you're going to be attempting to be fighting the land with flaming weapons. We are seeing Raiden Cavalry are getting auto-queued. Town Center is looking like it's going to be grabbed here for Joe. So Joe's going to have a commanding control over this location here. And once he sees this location over here with a couple of axemen and everything else, Ancestors Eclipse is going to be super strong. Has he seen it? Can he see it? He does know the gold mine exists. These longboats could move in here and cause some real mischief. We are seeing the units are moving onto this gold mine at this point, and we do see barracks going up for Shelty, and everything else is moving in here. Ancestors Eclipse is going to get cast. There we go. Straight away, those Ancestors are going to be able to pick off all of those dwarves, and unfortunately, Shelty lost too many units, was not prepared, decides to tap out before anything else. Does not want to see his poor dwarves get slaughtered there. I feel like Joe just completely outplayed Shelty in this game. It's just maybe Shelty had a chance there if he transitioned to land a little bit earlier and baited some more of those cabinets from Joe. I mean, he didn't even have to bait it. He just had to stop building his own longboats, and that way he could build his own barracks and then start building some raiding cavalry, getting some more Herso. Defending against this sort of push is not that hard if you are ready for it, and then you can re-attack this location without any problems. Anyways, Joe up 2-0 in this final, taking an advantage here, maybe taking away. We're going to be taking it away from Shelty here. If you enjoyed this game, please rate, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you enjoyed the games and want to see them as soon as they come out. My name is Boyd. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.